So what's the most depressing building in Britain? Is it the local Weatherspoons on a Tuesday morning? Tesco Express located next to a council estate? Is it your own home when the postman delivers yet another "sorry we missed you" card, even though you were literally sat 5 feet away from the door budding a fat grass block? Meet the Job Centre. This place is Britain condensed into one singular building. It's everything we are: miserable, awkward, and passive-aggressive.
Just on my way to Job Centre to go and sign on. I was supposed to have gone yesterday, but my cat died and I couldn't make it.
All held together by damp carpets and addiction problems. Walking in feels like going through airport security, but instead of a holiday at the end of it, you get a chat with a middle-aged man named Steve who hates his own job but insists you have to get one. Sometimes it gives off the feeling that they want to create an army of forklift drivers who will one day rise up and overthrow society. The first thing you notice is the smell. Every job centre has the same smell. A mix of wet coats, dusty carpets, amber leaf, and something with more of a pong. Something you can't quite identify. It might be despair, it might be some dank. But it's most likely the BO from the bloke 3 seats down who hasn't washed his Moncler jacket since it arrived from China 3 months ago. You breathe it in, and you think, this is it. The smell of British ambition. It kind of feels like the job centre was designed to be a deterrent. It's like the sign on the front says, you will end up like these people in here if you don't sort your shit out. So you're through the front door and you're now in the waiting area. Oh, the waiting area. Dozens of us all sat there in silence, pretending to be busy, pretending we're not rolling a metaphorical spliff of judgment. The trick is, you don't want to look unemployed, which is rather difficult when you're literally sitting in the unemployment office. So you perform. You sit there like, yeah, I'm just between jobs, mate. Any day now and I'll be a manager at Boots. Or, well, yeah, I've just got invited to the TikTok Creator Rewards program. I don't even know why I'm here today. Meanwhile, you're staring at a leaflet about transferable skills and wondering if crying in the shower with a can of Carling counts. The waiting room is an ecosystem. You've again got the guy in the tracksuit with his hood up, picking petrol-flavoured bogies out of his nose, checking the palm of his hand where he's written a reminder to pick up his kids from school. You've got the mum with 3 kids running riot, bribing them with Wotsits and Italian brain rot while she fills out forms. You've got the lad who still smells like Jaeger from the night before, telling literally everyone within listening distance that he's a self-employed entrepreneur, which is job centre code for I sold 2 Fred Perry t-shirts on Vinted. Oh man. Then there's just always that one bloke. You know the one. He's there every time you come in. Doesn't matter what day, what hour. He's just there. A bit like the voice in the back of your head. Sat in the corner, hoodie, headphones, bottle of Freeway Cola. I'm convinced he doesn't even sign on anymore. He's just part of the furniture now. A lamp with a light bulb that will never be replaced. When the building gets demolished, they'll find him sitting there like a block of bedrock, tapping his foot to bass lines only he can hear. Suddenly your name or number gets called and up you go, into the lion's den. You sit across from the advisor. They've got this dead-eyed look, like a school teacher who's been marking their papers with blood. They lean forward and hit you with the line, "What steps have you taken this week to improve your employment prospects?" And in that moment, your mind goes blank, and you're suddenly reminded of last week's degenerate activities that you described as a treat. Realistically, you could have applied for 20 jobs, written 3 CVs, sent out LinkedIn requests to half the population, or even found some copper wire at a local building site. But all you can manage is, I had a look at Indeed. They promptly type everything down, almost like you've confessed a crime. They just love typing. Every word you say, they hammer it into the keyboard, you know, tap, tap, tap. It's like an overweight kid running across bubble wrap. And then comes their favourite question. Have you considered retraining? Retraining. The cure for everything, apparently. Lost your job? Retrain. Struggling to find work? Retrain. Depressed? Bankrupt? Wife's about to leave you for your brother? Retrain. And it doesn't matter what you did before. They'll suggest something like, have you considered plumbing? Fancy driving a forklift? What about Hair and beauty. I once said that I had a BTEC in computer science, and they asked me if I'd considered working in a crab factory. If I wanted to work at a crab factory, I'd go work in a club in Coventry. Meanwhile, the tension in the room is unreal. Everyone's trying to keep their heads down, but there's always a drama at the reception desk, isn't there? Always someone shouting, "I had an appointment!" Another voice snapping back, "It's not in the system." And then the immortal line of, "You lot just don't care." Normally happens on a Thursday morning because their dole money hasn't come through into their NatWest account. The rest of us sit there completely frozen, staring at chewing gum and hair stuck to the floor, pretending we can't hear a thing. A British survival instinct, inherited from many parental disagreements during your youth. If you don't make eye contact, you are invisible. And don't even get me started on the job centre computers. They're relics, ancient machines, humming like they're powered by coal. You log on and you're suddenly in Windows XP, trying to find a job while the mouse double clicks sound like you're slashing a car's tyre. Half the keys are stuck together, the screen flickers, but sometimes you're lucky and the guy before has set the mouse pointer to RuneScape's Dragon Scimitar. You're supposed to be searching for opportunities, but the only thing you're searching for is the will to live, while 75% of the people around you are searching for their next fix. Then there's the advisors themselves. Now I don't blame them. They've been beaten down by that system too. You can see it in their eyes. Dead inside, running on instant coffee and a big bowl of shredded dreams. They don't want to be there any more than you do. But there's power in their hands. They can sanction your pennies.
Barry, you've already been sanctioned. You can't claim job seekers allowance after trying to pay us in sausage rolls.
I was making her a gesture of goodwill, you soulless rat!
One wrong move, one missed appointment, one, "yeah, I didn't really bother this week," and bam, no money. Suddenly you're cutting the mould out of your bread and borrowing your nan's pension until next month. And yet, despite all of this, the place still has its comedy. You see humanity in its rawest form. People blagging, lying, hustling. The bloke claiming disability who suddenly sprints to catch his bus. The teenager who lists professional gamer under work experience when he insists on only playing PES. The lad who puts down networking when what he means is drinking with his mates. And the advisor who just nods and types it all down. Because what else do they realistically fucking do?
I need benefits for my ex-del bully. She's an absolute angel.
You leave the building feeling like you've aged 10 years. You walk out into the daylight, blinking, clutching your little appointment slip like it's your last Rizzler. You survived. You did it. You didn't get sanctioned. You didn't cause a scene. And you didn't cry in front of Steve. Not today, at least. But you'll be back again next week, sitting in the same chair, breathing the same damp air, staring at the same cracked ceiling tiles and crackheads, because that's the job centre. It's not just a building, it's a cycle, a loop. Like a goth girl's septum piercing. Without it, they are nothing.
You are nothing, you are a fool, and you are a waste of time. Good night.
And here's the thing. We laugh about it, we moan about it, we joke. But deep down, the job centre is the most British place there is. It's awkward silence, it's bureaucracy, it's smells you can't identify, it's endless cups of instant coffee. It's a parade of humanity at its most defeated and most determined, all crammed into one shitty beige-coloured room. So the next time someone asks you what Britain really is, don't talk about the Queen, Big Ben, or a bottle of water. Tell them to go to the job centre, because in there, under those fluorescent lights, you'll find the truth, the humour, the misery, and the weird bloke in the corner with a packet of little own brand crisps. It's all there. And as you step outside, you'll say the same thing we all do, the phrase that gets us through every single day, the words that sum up the whole experience of being British, unemployed, and still clinging on.
Oh, what a day.
I know, it's all a bit much, isn't it?
I'd absolutely love to retire in Spain, so if you could subscribe, I'd love to go there and retire and live out my days in Spain. Thank you.